What if I told you that AI could handle 7 of your most time-consuming business tasks without writing a single line of code? I'm not talking about theory right now. I'm talking about real automations that I actually use in my business, and they honor God in the process. So stay with me here. Look, as Christian entrepreneurs, we wear many hats. Marketing, customer service, content, invoicing, scheduling, research, follow-ups. I mean, it never stops. But here's what I've learned. Stewardship isn't just about money. It's about your time. It's about your energy. And God gave us wisdom to use the tools available to us. And AI is one of those tools. So today, I'm going to walk through with you 7 business tasks that AI can automate for you, starting today with 0 coding experience. All right, let's get right into it. All right, so first up is we're going to take a look at email management. Right, triage and responses. Because how many hours a week do you spend sorting through all these emails? So we're going to go here, and this is an example right here. Here's an urgent overdue invoice. So here's your third invoice for $4,250, which is now 45 days overdue. Please arrange a payment immediately to avoid further action. If you have already sent payment, please provide a transaction reference. So here we go, ABC Corp, and here's the date and everything. So now we're going to analyze this with AI right here. We're going to wait just a couple seconds. It's going to come back, and here it goes. All right, so here's a category which is urgent, right? Priority is 5 out of 5, and the sentiment is definitely negative, right? And here's your suggested reply right here. That quick. And then you just copy it, boom, send it, see you later. But it's very important to have a human in the loop here because you don't want it to say anything that could get you in legal trouble or anything like that. So yes, a human is definitely very important. It just saves you lots of time. So here's a quick email right here. We're going to analyze this right here. Just wanted to check in. Are we still on track for the Friday demo? Also, should I prepare the slides or is that covered? Let me know when you get a chance. Thanks. Right, and then here you go. Quick copy, boom, paste, done. Same thing with this. The Q1 planning board. We're going to analyze this right here. We're going to let it generate. And then, boom, the category is important, priority, and the sentiment. So, with AI here, you can set up a system that reads your inbox. You can use plenty of tools. You can build it yourself. You can use ChatGPT and set it within your inbox. I got to double check on that, on how they are now. I know it can read through your stuff. I'm not sure how secure it is and everything. But if you want to use built tools like that, feel free. But you stay in control and let AI handle the chaos that you don't need to. See, how I like to think of it is like a digital assistant that never takes a day off, right? So now we're going to go back here and we're going to go to task number 2, which is, you guessed it, content creation, right? Especially if you're first starting out, blog posts, social media stuff, captions, newsletter drafts, video outlines, all that stuff. So, and then we can optimize it for LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and even, you guessed it, YouTube. So we're going to generate it for all platforms. I don't have YouTube in on this one because YouTube, for me, is easier because I'm more experienced with it. So these other ones that I really need it for is what I'm using. So, boom, look at this. I just hit it, and now it gave me a perfect LinkedIn post right here. Here are 5 AI tools that save me 10 plus hours a week. So I was skeptical about AI too when I first started. But all right, here's Zapier, right? Number 1, which is actually a good tool too. Notion, Gamma, Fireflies, and Perplexity. Go check those out because they are very useful. Especially when I first started, I liked them a lot. But look at that. We're going to go over these real briefly. Like, just perfectly for Twitter, Instagram, save it for later. See, this is a little bug right here. The bullet points didn't quite show up. That's why you want to at least double check it. Don't want to fully rely on it too. Make sure it actually aligns with what God is saying in the Bible too. Don't let it, pull random stuff out that isn't going to help. For this, just AI tools, so no biggie here. But same thing with Facebook. And it's different length optimized for each platform, which would take you so much time to do because it's taking me so much time. And then you just post them all like this. Very quick, simple, and easy. All right, so moving right along here, we're going to go to task number 3, which is very essential here, and this is the customer support chatbot right here. This is a very high value, and it's really not that big of a deal. And over half of the businesses are using it right now, over 53%. So, hi, welcome to the tech support. I'm your AI assistant. How can I help you? Now, instead of you answering all these silly questions that drive you nuts and wasting your brain power or even paying someone else to do it, you put whatever you want and how your business is. For instance, if you're a plumber, put your pricing and all your parts and everything else, your hours. I mean, anything that you normally would answer that is repetitive, you put it right here, and then we're going to do a quick action. We're going to check the order status right here from the chatbot. It's going to come back and then here's the order number right there. And then boom, it found us our wireless headphones just like that. Here's the delivery, there's a tracking. And then boom, you can send the tracking link via email as well. That simple, that easy. All right, moving right along here, we're going to go to... Oh, another point about the chatbot, 24/7 too, right? So customers aren't getting pissed if they can't find something. It just takes care of it. And now they're happy, and then they're going to give you a good review as well. That is good stewardship right there. All right, so the next one that we're going to go over is, let's see, we're going to go through... I guess we'll go with the document Q&A. So it's really cool. So if you have an employment contract, you can easily, have this be generated as well. And like I said, double check with a lawyer for sure. You don't want to just 100% rely on this, but at least it can save the lawyer some time, so you're not getting crazy hours. You can just have them skim over it, make sure it's all compliant with the law, and then it saves you a lot of money and time. So here's the employment contract, and now we can... Here, let's go with what happens if I'm terminated without a cause. AI is going to search through this entire thing, and then boom, the AI is going to say, hey, you would receive a severance equal to 12 weeks of base salary. Amazing. Same thing with the SaaS terms of service. So we're going to do, what are the pricing plans here? Right? So now it can go through these docs and give you accurate information based off only these docs, no hallucinations, none of that weird stuff. Boom, here it is, like I said. So free 5 gig, 2 devices, Pro $9.99. And so on. All right, moving right along here, we're going to go to the invoicing and payments. This is huge, right? And receipt data extractor. Imagine this all in the same place, right? Late payments are very awkward too. Chasing invoices, they're so exhausting, right? So let's go over here because AI can seriously generate these automatically and extract them, and then we can export it into a CSV for easily tracked and organized receipts and office supplies and invoices. So we're going to extract this right here. Very simple. It's going to come here and it's going to put the total amount, 47 right here. Very simple. And now you can have the tip, everything, tax, right out and export it, and then office supplies, Uber rides, whatever else you guys have in your business. So what the best part about this too is it's going to set reminders on a sequence and on a schedule and track who's paid and who hasn't. There's going to be no more uncomfortable conversations, right? Because the system is going to handle that professionally and consistently. Like Proverbs 27:23 says, be diligent to know the state of your flocks. That's how we do that in a modern business, right? And so, like I said, the social media management is very important too, like we already covered. And the lead scoring as well. This is huge. So if you have, scrape data, or if you actually have a lead and you have all this information like the company size, the industry, the previous interactions, their budget, the timeline, their pain points, huge. And you can actually have AI go through and score this. So that way, look, here's a conversion rate, and here's a hot lead right here. So boom, this is a hot lead with strong buying signals. It's a decision maker, even better at a SaaS company. And look, a decision maker, budget aligned, active timeline. But the only cons here is, They're going to be competing on price because it's a big company, so they're going to want to be treated fairly. And it's an enterprise sale as well, so it's a longer cycle. So, and there's also recommended steps. Perfect. Call within 24 hours. Prepare a customized demo. Focus on their tech stack. And so on and so forth. So, but ultimately, this is what I really need to get across to you guys, is that what you're going to walk with today is that none of this replaces you. None of this replaces God's guidance. You still need to pray and still ask what His will is. But this is just a time saver. It's a tool like anything else, like a hammer, like a nail gun, but just advanced, right? Because they free you up to do the work that actually matters. The conversations, the ministry, the creative vision, the relationships, like Colossians 3:23 says. Whatever you do, do it heartily and work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. I might have butchered that. I don't think that's 100% accurate on the quote, but it was close, and it was getting the point across of what I needed to say. So AI helps us work smarter so we can pour more of our heart into what truly counts. So I also want to come over here and just show you a couple of these automated tasks here, right? So the email management, the triage and prioritization, the drafting professional responses, and the flagging urgent messages. Super cool. So if this helped you, though, hit that sub button, drop a comment below, and tell me which one of these 7 tasks that you're going to automate first. And if you want me to do a deep dive on any one of these, or if you want me to set it up for you, let me know. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.